This is a review of the film La La Land, which I went to go and see last night. I went by myself because why not? And also I just wanted to change, and I actually really enjoyed it. I'm gonna admit. I went in with like no preconceptions about the film. I had read no reviews, even though I'd seen that a lot of YouTubers had made reviews of it. And I was like, well, it's only a film, you know, what's so special about this one? Well, but I actually really enjoyed it, admittedly. And I mean, you know, it's Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Sorry, I might have a name evaded me, I don't know why. Yeah, and it's very bright and visual, and cinematography is amazing, and Emma Stone's outfits are, I mean, I know that, you know, you shouldn't be defined by your outfits, but yeah, I loved the outfits she wore. They're amazing and so pretty, and I don't think the film stops in its entire, like, I think it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours. During the entire time, it doesn't stop. It keeps going. It will never stop. And yeah, like, it kind of, I think, there's, like, Ryan Gosling's character, I think Sebastian, is a pianist who he does jazz club piano playing. And then Emma Stone's character is an actress, and I think she's like a jobbing actress, and then she works as like a coffee, like a barista. And yeah, like visually it's very pretty, music's great. I mean, I think it's kind of homage to the 1930s musicals, you know, like the massive musical numbers, dance numbers, all that kind of stuff. Even though I actually got the feeling it was like melodrama as well, but you know. So yeah, that happened. Because I had no kind of pre-knowledge of the film, I was judging it completely on its merits, with no foreknowledge of what was going to happen at the end. You know, I generally expected there to be like a, you know, ride from the sunset kind of ending, you know, but there wasn't, and that's actually really good. It was definitely showed the price of kind of ambition and success at the cost of like the people, you know, at the cost of your own happiness, really, and also kind of how much you have to sacrifice to be famous and successful, and it's very kind of dreamlike in a way as well, because it just feels that, like, again, the penultimate scene, you know, I was like, well, what are they doing here? And then it's like, oh, that makes sense, and I think it was good. It was a good way of putting across kind of the unreality of the situation, and yeah, and I mean, so the jazz music was amazing. And yeah, I really enjoyed watching it. It was so good. It was a good way of, you know, 2.5 hours of time. Yeah, I think that Ryan Gosling's character, you know, his acting was slightly stronger than Emma Stone's, just a bit. Nothing against either of them, but I think he was a bit more kind of. Not that he wasn't fleshed out. It's just that they were both a bit. He had a bit more kind of substance to him, really. Again, it took a bit of time to get into it, I think, because again, the first opening number was a bit kind of like, okay, this is random. Yeah, and yeah, the music was amazing. I mean, the jazz stuff was my favourite, actually. I'm not like, I don't adore jazz, but I like the kind of what it does, what it represents for people, you know. And if you are a fan of jazz, I recommend you watch the film just for that. Yeah. It was good. I'm glad I watched the film. Yeah, I enjoyed it. That's all I can really think of saying at the moment. Even though some secondary characters kind of suffered not being very fleshed out. But yeah, I think it does its stuff well. I can see why it's stirred up so much kind of, you know, hype at the Oscars. I think sometimes it did kind of drag a bit. But because it filled up with so much, you know, musically, I think it was good. You know, even though this is the only time I've actually watched it, and it probably will be the only time, I think if you were, like, genuinely a jazz fan, or a fan of, like, 30s musicals, or whatever, you would probably watch it again. It just shows how, you know, how much emotion can be conveyed in a single look between two people, you know, without the need for, like, words. Now this coffee's cold.